Hello, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 15 of a 22-part series of tutorials in Managed Database System using Microsoft Access and SQL. In this presentation, we are going to look at how to create queries using Wizard. My name is Memedi M, or you can simply call me Emediswap. The query wizard in Microsoft Access guides you systematically in creating different types of queries. It is best for beginners. Why? Because it simplifies field selection, table joining, and choosing between detailed or summary results without needing to manually design the query. The steps to create queries using the wizard are as follows. Number one, you click on or you open the database. Once you have opened the database, you can proceed and create your query in Wizard or using Wizard, but note always that queries are associated to the specific database. And for that reason, once you have loaded your Microsoft Access program, you proceed and open a database. So you are supposed, first of all, to start Microsoft Access program, and then you open your database. For example, in our case, we are going to open a database called Emediswap School. Once your database called Emediswap School is open, you go to the Create tab, or you click on the Create tab, and then from that ribbon, which will be displayed, you choose Query Wizard. Then you select the type of query wizard that you want to use, because there are various types of queries that you can create using the wizard. So you have to choose the correct one. And some of these options that you can take, or you can choose from the dialog box that will appear, include Simple Query Wizard, which is the most common for basic queries. Or you can select the cross-tab Query Wizard, which is used to summarize and group data. You can also select what we call the Find Duplicates Query Wizard, which is used to find duplicate records. Another option you can choose from is the Find and Matched Query Wizard. This type of query is used to identify records without a match in another table. And then you click on OK. Number 6, you choose the table or query of choice. From the drop-down list box that is displayed, which shows the tables and the queries. You then select the table of choice. For example, students table or a programs table. That is the fields that you want. Number 7, you proceed and select the fields that want to appear in your query. This is done as follows. On the left pane of the dialog box that will be displayed, you will see the list of fields in the table. So you select the fields you want included in the query and move them to the selected fields box on the right side of the pane, or the right hand side of the pane, by clicking on the greater than symbol button to move one field, or the double greater than symbol button to move all the fields from the query or table selected at once. You then add fields from other tables if need be. If you need information from more than one table, you can switch to another table in the drop-down list and select the additional fields, and this one works if the tables are related. You can then choose detail or summary option, such that the wizard will ask you if, for example, you want to display your results in detail, which shows every record individually, or in summary, which summarizes numerical fields, for example, averages, totals, etc. Then you click on Next. You type the name of your query. And this name can, for example, be student program query or department summary query or any other name as need be. You choose whether you want to open the query to view information right away or you want to modify the query design to make adjustments later. Lastly, you click on Finish. At this point, Access runs the query and displays the results in datasheet view. For example, if you want to create a query called query admissions, indicating students' names, the programs, and the courses they have been enrolled in, as well as the amount of fees that they have paid, you can do it as follows. Number one, you click on Create tab. Once your database is open, select Query Wizard and select Zip Query Wizard from the new dialog box that will be displayed, and then you click OK. Number two, you select the students table and the tables or queries and choose student ID, first name, and last name. Number three, you select programs table and choose program name and program fees. Number four, you select courses table and choose course name and duration. Number five, click Next and select whether detail or summary. Number six, click Next and type the title for your query. Number seven, select how you want the query to look like, either detail or summary, and click Next. From there, number eight, type the name for your query and choose how you want to open it, and click on Finish. At this point, you'll be able to get a list or results for the query showing each student and the program they are enrolled in. Number nine, you type the name for your query and choose how you want to open it, and then you click on Finish. You will get a list showing each student and the program they have enrolled in, just as I've said. So if you run this query from our database, the results for this query will look as follows. You can see if you follow the instructions on guidelines that I've given and you have selected the required fields properly, you get your results as follows. You can see that this query of ours is displaying the student ID, the first name, last name, course name, the program selected, and the program fees, as well as the amount of credit hours that the student will get per course selected. So how do we create such a query, get results like the ones which I have already displayed? This is what you do. You open your database, so you click on Start, then type Access. Once the name of your database program appears, you click on it. Then you can browse for the name of your database. Like in my case, it is Swap School. Once you have done that, you proceed and you click on Create tab. At this point, you select Query Wizard, this option here. So you click on the Query Wizard. From the new Query Wizard dialog box, you choose the type of query you want to create. It says Simple Query Wizard, Cross-tab Query Wizard. You want to make use of Find Duplicated Query Wizard, or you want to find unmatched query. If you want to create a simple query, you choose Simple Query Wizard. If you want to create a cross-tab query, you choose Cross-tab Query Wizard. If you want to select or to create a query for finding duplicates, you click on Find Duplicates Query Wizard. And if you want to find unmatched fields or unmatched data, that means you want to create what we call Find Unmatched Data Query, you click on Find Unmatched Query wizard. In our case, we are going to select simple query wizard, and then we click OK. Once you have done that, you can see our simple query wizard has displayed some information. The first question is, which fields do you want in your query? You can choose from more than one table or a query. So here, it's important for you to choose your tables or queries in a specified order so that the results for your query will be look more organized. So what we are going to do is we are going to select students table from this section here. So you click on this button and select the table or a query from where you want your fields to come from. So I'll choose students table. From the students table, we are going to choose student ID. So you click on student ID and then you click on this button. Next, we are going to add first name. So you click on first name and click that button. Next is last name. So we click on last name and click on this button. If you choose the wrong field and you want to return it back or remove it from the query, you click on it like this, then you click on this button backwards that way. If you want to return all the fields you have selected back, you click on this button for back. If you want to select all the fields in that table to be added in your query, you click on that button. So I want to choose specific ones. So I'll choose student ID. I click that button. First name, I add it. Last name, I add it that way. Next, we need to select the programs table. Remember, the fields that we choose depends with the kind of results we want to display. You don't select tables and the fields anyhow, tables and the queries anyhow. Neither do you choose fields anyhow. It depends what you want to display from your query. So from the programs table, I'll choose program name. That way, I add it. Then I'll choose program fees. That way, I click on add. Next, once we have added our students table, we have added our programs table. The next table we need to add is courses table. So I'll click there and click on courses table. From the courses table, I just need to add the course name and duration. So I'll click on the course name, I click add, then duration. Now the duration here, that we need here is what we are calling the credit hours. So add the credit hours there. It's not just duration, but it is the credit hours. So I'll choose credit hours. Then you click on next. After you've clicked on next, you choose whether you want to display your fields or your query in detail or in summary. In our case, we are going to click on detail. So we click or we select detail. Then we click on next. At this point, we are being asked the name for our query. So you need to type the name of your query. Our query, we are going to call it query animations. So I'll delete what has been proposed, then I'll type query dimensions. That way, query and dimensions. Remember, we are creating our query in the side view. We are creating our query not in the side view, but we are creating our query using wizard. In part 14 of the series, we looked at how to create a query inside the view. In this presentation, we are learning how to create a query using wizard. So once you have typed the name for your query, what you need to do next is to make a decision on how you want to open the query. Whether you just want to open the query or to open it in what we call a modification mode to modify a query design. So how do we want to open our query? We are going to open our query, or we want to open our query by simply clicking on open the query to view information. I'm not interested with any modification. So click open the query to view information and I'll click on finish. You can see these results look exactly as we have seen in our presentation. You can then adjust the width of your fields by pointing on the end, and then you drag it that way. You can also increase it if some names are not well displayed, like that. You can also reduce the size that way if you realize that the computer is displaying fields with large sizes or long widths. So that is our query results. You can now click on Save button. That way, it's already called Query Animations. And that's how we create our query in or using the wizard. To close it, you right-click on it, you click on Close. To close the database as a whole, you click on the Close button, not only for the database, but also for the Access program. So you click on Close. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of part 15 of the series. We can now continue to part 16 of the 22-part series, in which we are going to learn about how you define the criteria in the query that you have either selected using design or in design view or using wizard or any other mode of creating queries or any other way. Congratulations, therefore, for learning part 15 of 22, in which you have learned on creating queries using wizard in Microsoft Access. You can access the rest of the parts in the series, as well as other computer or ICT videos, by clicking or tapping on the Microsoft ICT YouTube channel below this video. To subscribe to the channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, and write to us through the email mnsub@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me. Let's meet in part 16 of this series to continue acquiring more knowledge on database creation and use using Microsoft Access.